Welcome to the eSHIFT scheduling system for law enforcement. The schedule dashboard gives agency administrators a quick visual color-based view of their staffing levels across all shifts. Shift patterns are managed from a visual interface which gives the user a view of all shifts defined over a 24-hour time span. This allows the user to quickly visualize shift overlaps and gaps. The creation of shift patterns is a straightforward process in which the user simply defines the parameters for the new pattern, including shift name, start date, time span, recurrence pattern, days of the week, and the number of resources required to adequately staff the shift. In our example, we're creating a weekend shift, so we'll simply select Friday or Saturday and enter a resource requirement of 3 officers. Once this is done, the new shift pattern is created and the eSHIFT system creates the schedule events to which the officers can then be assigned. The eSHIFT system allows any number of different officer work patterns to be assigned to a single shift pattern. This allows the eSHIFT system to adapt to any schedule sequence that your agency might utilize. Once enough officers have been assigned to a shift to cover the required staffing levels on a given day, then the shift will show up on the dashboard in the color green. Any shift that is currently understaffed will show up as red, and a shift that is overstaffed will be yellow. This gives the admin user the ability to quickly discover and address staffing issues by assigning or unassigning specific resources within the shift for a given day. Once resource levels have been adjusted, the shift dashboard view will reflect the changes by modifying the colors of the given shift for that day. The eSHIFT system also contains a very robust extra duty management module which directly integrates with the regular shift management system. Extra duty schedule events will show up in the color blue on the schedule dashboard. The user can jump directly to the details of the extra duty event by right-clicking on the event cell and selecting View Extra Duty Event. This takes the user to the event information screen which shows the basic details for the given event. The eSHIFT system allows you a couple of options when it comes to setting up your agency's customers. You can either choose to give your customers login accounts to the system, which will allow them to directly enter and request events themselves, or you can simply allow your agency administrator to enter and manage all of the details of the requests themselves. Either way, the agency administrator retains total control over the entire process. Once the user has created the new customer account, they can then edit the details on the company profile page. The process for creating an extra duty event is very similar to creating a new shift pattern. To simply give the event a name, a starting date and ending date and time, indicate the number of officers required, and select the event's location. Once an event has been created, the user can go in and edit the details of the event. The process of requesting officers and equipment has been streamlined in the eSHIFT system by allowing the agency administrator user to preload resources into the administrative section of the system. These pre-configured resources are then shown in the officers and equipment section, where the user simply enters a number and a rate offered for each of the resource types. Changing the quantity of any resource automatically recalculates the event subtotal and the grand total values. In the additional fees section, the admin user can define any administrative or overhead fees that your agency may charge customers for managing the extra duty events. This is totally configurable by the agency administrator, so you can set up the system to suit your agency's needs. In the eSHIFT system, your officers can log in and directly request events. Each officer has their own schedule view showing their own personal work schedule for the officer's dashboard screen. On the Request Events tab, the officer can see extra duty events for which they can apply to work by simply right-clicking on the event and selecting Request Event. This moves the event to the officer's Requested Events grid, where it stays until the event has been assigned by the agency admin. Once the agency admin is ready to actually assign the officers who will work a given extra duty event, they simply select the event and then click on the Officer Assignment tab. The Unassigned Officers grid at the bottom of the page will list all of the officers, with those who have requested to work the event at the top of the list. The admin user simply right-clicks on the officer they wish to assign to the event and then selects the role for which the officer will be assigned for the event. This action moves the officer from the unassigned grid to the assigned officers grid. Once all officers have been assigned to the event, the admin updates the event status to field. This removes the event from the Officer's Requested Event tab, and now the events will show up on the dashboard in blue. The eSHIFT system was designed to be totally configurable at the agency admin level, thus allowing you to customize the system to suit your agency's specific needs. The Officer Maintenance section is where the admin user can add, modify, or delete officers from the system. All grids in the eSHIFT system allow you to sort and group data as needed on the fly. This allows the user to quickly traverse large lists of items. Some of the eSHIFT system's custom configuration sections include things like rank, officer assignment, personnel status, officer equipment, additional fees, and agency administrator maintenance. The eSHIFT system has everything your agency needs to accurately manage the resources at your disposal.